Hi friends, hello. It's Stacie Woodworth, Epicure director, and I'm popping in with freezer meals. So it's meal prep in our house today, and I get questions and I thought this might be helpful for you. So whether you're brand new to freezer meals or it's something you're curious about, I wanted to share a few things. I have found it to be so helpful for a lot of reasons. First, just the kitchen can already be a mess from making a meal, and so just to continue and make some additional meals is super helpful. This can also be a way to prep meals when you find proteins or veggies on sale, so budget saver, and certainly a time saver. So investing a little bit of time now so that I can have more time for meals later. So whether you are just super busy and not finding time for making meals, or you're wanting to get a jump start, maybe you or someone you know is having surgery, having a baby, and just having meals already would be a blessing. Maybe you're going to be traveling and grandparents, you want to just have some food ready for them. Like whatever it is, I love freezer meals because it can serve a lot of different reasons. And it doesn't just have to be plain old crock pot recipes. So I'm gonna show you a couple today that are our favorites. Yes, a couple of my go-tos are crock pot because that just makes it easy. But you can also obviously use your amazing Epicure silicone cookware, including the steamers or a sheet pan and liner. So by way of that, I've got stuff that I've prepped a little bit of the chicken ahead of time, but we're gonna do a couple of recipes. So first up is ranch chicken chili. And this is just such a favorite, family favorite, easy peasy. You can't mess this up, whether it's for you or again, you wanna give this to someone in need. This is awesome. I have chicken breast. I don't cut it up because later on I shred it up. And I can share with you guys any of these recipes, but this one, if you've been in my group for any amount of time, you have seen me do this one, and it's also versatile. So the other thing I love about Epicure is that it's not just one way to get these recipes done. You could use any number of our different seasonings. And be super successful. So you can use different proteins, you can use different veggies, and certainly different seasonings. So use what you've got in your pantry, or use what you've gotten in your Epic box. Or if you're looking for freezer meals, I do have some freezer meal menus that I can share with you. So I've got beans, corn, and tomatoes. And then for us this time, I am doing, so you've got to have ranch. I love Epicure's ranch, super creamy ranch dressing mix, just like that store brand, just without the junk. No sodium, no sugars, big on flavor. So this is what makes the white part of the white chicken chili. So I'm gonna use some ranch. Now I have done this, like I said, a lot of different ways. Do you have taco seasoning or fajita seasoning? Do you have buffalo? Do you have ancho lime from this summer? We have this, we have loved it. So this is one I'm gonna use because I love this smoky flavor that it has. So I'm using that. And then to kick it up a notch for soups and ranch chicken chili, I love to add in Epicure's Nourish broth, which we should see the return of this fall. I get really excited about all the broth mixes. So adding in a little bit of that. And it's that easy. Now this meal, I love to get those seasonings all mixed up. I label what's in it right on there. And then if I have recipes or special instructions, I include it as well. But I get everything mixed up and then I squeeze out the excess air And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay these flat when I freeze them in the freezer and make a stack. So I've got ranch chicken chili done just that fast. I have got, I think I told you guys I was gonna do lasagna next. So I'd love to show another idea on freezer meals because it's not just one way to do this. So that was, everything was raw and uncooked. Some people like to do batch cooking. So maybe you found a bunch of ground meat on sale. You wanna go ahead and cook that up, and then you could put it into freezer bags for a quick sloppy Joe night, spaghetti night, taco night, that type of thing. For me, I cooked the meat. My freezer meal recipe is calling for cooked meat. So I did cook up some meat that I'm gonna add the rest of my stuff because I wanna have this easy lasagna soup. It is turning into fall. It's just time for more of those comforting meals. But on a busy morning, I may not have the time for opening cans, chopping veggies. So I love that this work is gonna be done. So in the steamer, of course, I used ground turkey that we had and just added a little bit of garlic and herb. But I'm just gonna drop that right into the bag. This is one of my upcoming freezer meal workshop recipes. I would love to share it with you and invite you into our freezer meal cooking class group. So if you haven't yet seen that link, let me know. I'll make sure you get in. You can even just pop in and see if more of these recipes would be a blessing to you. We love to show people how to get this done. Find the solution that's right for your busy schedule. Okay, so I also need to put a pepper in here. So I'm just showing you guys, when I do freezer meals, I love to just have everything ready to go. So I just had quickly cored out a bunch of peppers because I'm gonna use this in a lot of meals. We love peppers. So we buy it in the big bag at Costco or at Aldi and get a bunch of peppers at once. And again, use whatever color you've got, use whatever color you love. Dice it, slice it, it doesn't matter. This is though a way that if you're doing meal prep, you could get out your peppers. You could also have them sliced up and ready for salads, ready for snacks, or after school lunches or school lunches, like just getting some time-saving tips, just to take that time to slice a bunch at once. Now, of course, I realized I forgot crushed tomatoes, but it's no big deal. I'm gonna write on my bag what I'm missing. I'm gonna get all my other veggies in here. And this is one that is unusual. We're gonna use sloppy Joe seasoning in this. So if you're there, say hi. We're just making freezer meals in the Woodworth kitchen today. We love freezer meals. And I'm especially loving it this time of year, just with busy schedules, like everybody, work and school and scouts. I also wanted to add minced garlic. I don't have minced garlic, so I'm gonna use some of the Epicure roasted garlic. And I don't think, I'm of the personal belief you can't overdo garlic, so that's probably a bit much. So I'm just swapping in, again, using what I've got. So I don't have the crushed tomatoes, but that's no big deal. I will add that in later. And then again, this is an easy crock pot dinner that I'm doing. I just know that that'll be something that's easy and fast. And then at cooking time, there's a few ingredients that I need, but this meal, 2 meals done, just that fast. What did I do together? So I've got it on there that I need to add tomatoes, but no big deal. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to go out to the store right now. I just know, hey, when that meal is in my lineup, I'm gonna go to the store. I'm gonna make sure I have those crushed tomatoes to add in there. Maybe your family wanna do garlic bread, get a baguette and make garlic bread. Just those cook time ingredients, right? Okay, I've got more peppers to chop, but I did wanna show you guys the next meal I think that I told you I was making is meatball subs. So I know in this house we talk a lot about tacos, but I don't know if it's the fall or what, but we have shifted gears and we're doing a lot of meat, like meat and savory type of meals. So meatballs, this is one of the tips I share in the summer to do burgers. Prep ahead and put them out on your sheet pan and then flash freeze a bunch so that you can pull them out as you need them. No different. Meatball subs, I have made up the meatballs, rolled them. I've got them on the sheet pan and liner, and all I'm gonna simply do is put these in the freezer so that they will freeze. Then I will put all my meatballs into a bag. I've got a second bag to make the sauce, but then we will have an easy meatball sub dinner. Again, in the spirit of what do you have in your pantry or what just arrived in your Epic box, you could season up any ground meat with a lot of different seasonings. Would you love to have donair meatballs? We love that. Such a good one with those amazing Greek flavors. Also, chicken souvlaki would be an amazing recipe to season up meatballs. We've done Asian stir fry, taco seasoning, meatloaf. I mean, it's really endless to the different ways you could season up meatballs. But again, make up a bunch of flash freeze them, and then you can simply pull out what you need and cook them in your steamer. Or in the case of the meatball sub recipe that we have in our upcoming freezer meal workshop, you're gonna pop all those into the crock pot. They're cooking all day in this wonderful sauce. So I'm popping this in the freezer. I've been doing some meal prep. I actually have here's the last round of meatballs we did. So this just makes it easy. If somebody needs a quick snack when he gets home from school because he's hangry, I can pop a couple of these out, cook them, done. We're feeding a crowd. I've got all of these. It just makes it really nice to have meatballs prepped ahead of time. So that's just a tip. Flash freeze them on your sheet pan and liner. And you can just transfer them to your favorite storage container, okay? All right, we're gonna do a couple of well, here's the truth. My mom is coming to help us with our family. While my husband and I travel, she and my dad will be here. And so I wanted to make a meal that I know she loves. So this is hands down one of her favorites. I'm actually making 2 bags so that we're gonna have one together when they get to town, and then she can have one for late in the next week when she's here. But again, I wanted to just show you guys, this is the versatility of Epicure. You can do this with any protein, any veggie. I am going to use the sweet garlic chicken. If you've got this in your pantry right now, you'll flip it over. It has a great on-pack recipe. All of our Epicure products have a great on-pack recipe, as well as so many more on the website, but they're really versatile. So this recipe would traditionally have you using chicken and sweet potatoes. And yes, you can absolutely make it as a fresh meal. Yes, you can swap out your protein. Yes, you can use different potatoes. It's totally up to you. Here is my mom's favorite. She loves to do smoked turkey sausage and chicken. And so then we toss in some bell peppers. If you've got onions, like whatever you've got, whatever you love. I say that all the time. Whatever you've got, whatever's on sale. That works as well. So again, dice up, cube, however you want to enjoy the veggies. This is gonna be an awesome sheet pan dinner. We're just doing the seasoning ahead of time. So then it's simply pour it out onto the sheet pan. While it is cooking in the oven, you can be making up rice in the steamer, making up side salads, whatever you want to serve this alongside. So again, in the freezer bag, all I did so far was I have cubed up chicken. I've got smoked turkey sausage sliced up, and then I'm just adding some veggies. If you've got things coming out of your garden right now, do you have zucchinis and squash? Those are amazing as sheet pan dinners. I oftentimes will just add those at cook time. I just prefer that over the freezer, but do whatever is best for you and your schedule. That would do great. Or if you're finding frozen veggies are on sale, awesome. Those are a great way to use them as well. I know sometimes I can get the fire roasted peppers and onions at the store. I love those. That's got great flavor. They've done the chopping. It's a great time saver. So just wanting to show you some ideas. Yes, at Epicure, we love to show people, you know, a meal from raw to ready in 20 minutes or less. And those sometimes it's just a different season, a different situation. Having the meals prepped ahead and in the freezer already is just a better fit. So you can absolutely do that. So you can see just with the right tools, this amazing knife, you can do your chopping and prep really fast. Again, if you don't love peppers or you don't love this color pepper, use whatever you've got. It allows you to customize always. Cook from fresh or cook from frozen. So, again, it's a great way just to use up seasonings that you likely already have. You could be using some of the spice blends that are in the jars, or you could be, actually this is gonna be for the other meal, or you could be using the meal solution pouches, which is what we're gonna do. So again, this is a pouch that I often, almost always, I use more protein and veggies than it calls for. It's got, this is one especially, it's got huge, big flavor, and I think it carries over more. So we are gonna add a little bit of oil to the bag. Each bag, use the oil, you know, use whatever oil your family loves. This is just gonna help everything get coated. But again, if you prefer to skip the oil, you're totally fine. You get to customize and do it how you would enjoy it, how it suits your lifestyle, your dietary preferences, all those good things, right? Do not stress. You cannot mess this up. If I can cook with Epicure and make it taste good, anybody can do this. So again, the sweet garlic chicken, it's just got all those amazing spice and herbs mixed in for you. You don't need to go get 12 jars out and stress about it. The amazing culinary blends are done for you. The garlic always. So, and you could certainly have made these meals. I could have just made it as one single big meal, but I think this is it's gonna work best for us. So again, the size, the flavors, the proteins that suit you and your needs. It's just amazing to be able to customize that and make it suit the picky eaters or the dietary needs, or frankly, the time needs. So this is one, again, all we're gonna do at mealtime is it's gonna go onto a sheet pan liner and just cook in the oven until that chicken is cooked through. The sausage is already cooked, but you'll see we're gonna get those flavors, again, over everything. And again, if I have some zucchini or squash and I wanna add it fresh at cook time, I've often done that. It's just my preference to have those fresh. But 2 more meals, so are you keeping track? We're up to 4 freezer meals. And again, for our family, this is oftentimes more than 1 meal. That ranch chicken chili will feed us dinner, and it'll be great for a couple of lunches. That's one that my son actually requested to take to school earlier when the weather had just first turned. So I am happy to give a big hearty lunch like that in just a thermos, but it's great. Cook once, eat twice. So I've got one more sheet pan dinner that we are making up. Again, this is a recipe that's coming from my next freezer meal workshop. I'm really excited. If you love the idea of freezer meals and you don't know where to start, again, a lot of what I learned is just really by trial and error and going to different, I used to go to those storefronts where I would make freezer meals and then we would so enjoy. I remember distinctly, I was like, oh, that was a good one. I want to repeat that meal. But I didn't get the recipes. I didn't have the recipes. I didn't have any of those supplies. And I didn't have any access to that. And I thought, well, that was a great meal, but I want to be able to like learn that and then apply it. So this is what I love. Our freezer meal workshops, we're gonna teach you, we're gonna give you the recipes. If you don't yet have the Epicure in your pantry or you need to restock, we'll just get you an order of what you need. And then you're gonna have the grocery shopping list. You're going to have the bag prep instructions, and you're gonna know just how to assemble 10 family meals, and we'll do it with an online workshop coming up. And if that date doesn't work for you, no worries, you can DIY, or you can reach out to me and say, you know what, I have friends that want this too, and I would love to put together a freezer meal workshop for you and your friends. And the perks always is that when you host and introduce Epicure to your friends, you can earn the free rewards and host benefits. So that's really great. And then your friends are thanking you. Like, that was a super fun and productive party. And they've got dinner done for their family. You got to socialize and hang out and catch up. I mean, the only thing better than doing this right now would be if I had some friends in the kitchen with me that we were getting to have conversation, getting to share some snacks, just getting to do life together. So, one more sheet pan dinner, but again, what's great is you can always do these meals for different cooking methods. So this is our fall favorites menu, and the last recipe that I'm prepping, so totally taking a different twist, but this is, again, what's great is you can have a variety of flavors. We're gonna make a sweet and tangy sheet pan chicken, and we are using the General Thaw seasoning. So one of our family's go-to recipes is right here on the pack, making a General Thaw. So Chinese takeout at home, no MSG, no low sodium. There's no sodium in this, but we're gonna add it with some soy sauce. But this pack direction is fantastic, but here's a way to do it as a sheet pan dinner. So I've got in here already a couple of chicken breasts. I'm gonna add to that all these peppers that I chopped. Again, use whatever you've got, use whatever you love. So we had all these bell peppers. This would be so great, right? You could throw it in here with some snap peas, or if you love to do broccoli, would be great. You're gonna put in a little bit of oil, and you can certainly measure. I probably will actually for the soy sauce. So I use a gluten-free soy sauce. So this is where the sweet and tangy comes in. Also, maple syrup. So thank you to my friend Sherry and her husband Alan. This is the good stuff from Canada. I'm gonna add in a tablespoon of Canadian maple syrup. So good. So that's oil, soy sauce, maple syrup. Here's a little bit more tang for you. We're gonna add in the juice of a lime. I got rid of my cutting mat, that was silly. So actually, I think what I'd like to do too is I want to get the seasoning in there, because then I can have the lime juice falling over top of it. So this is the general thaw. Again, would be a great way, look at all those spice and herbs. So all the goodies that you can envision with Asian food, ginger and garlic and onion, just no gluten, no sodium, no MSG, no junk. So that's the general thaw, and then the juice of a lime. So what happens then is this is all marinating in this a wonderful sauce in the freezer, and then you simply need to remember to thaw it out. Ooh, look at all that. And then this is gonna be another sheet pan dinner. Yes, of course I could throw it in the steamer, but I love to, that's it. I love to, while the sheet pan dinner is cooking, then in the steamer, I will do rice. So cooking up some ramen rice, or adding some nourished broth to my rice. Again, I like to season our rice. We have a lot of different options for that. But rice, quinoa, and yes, when I say rice, that could be cauli rice. So just like that, we have got another freezer meal done. Doesn't that look amazing? So super fast. Yes, before I jumped on camera, I had sliced all my chicken just for the sake of keeping my hands clean. But you guys can see just how simple and easy it is, I hope, to prep meals. If your issue is, you know, prep and cook time on those busy nights, this is a way that you've got your prep done. So I could certainly just even put this right into the fridge, and it could be dinner this week. These are going into the freezer for vacation week when we are gone, and that our my parents and Ryan will still eat well. But just wanting to share that with you guys. Again, we love at Epicure to share good food, and you get to decide what's the right solution for you. Is it to do it with some fresh cooking, raw ingredients, raw to ready in 20 minutes? Awesome. Or does this idea of prep ahead appeal to you? You can use what you've got in your pantry right now. You also have an invitation to my next upcoming freezer meal workshop, where we're going to be making 10 of these meals, and some of them you just saw, in the span of about an hour or so together. So let me know if you have questions. Always reach out. Thank you so much for being here, as always. I appreciate being able to share something that I'm really passionate about, and I love being able to help others with that as well. So have a great week. I'd love to see what's on your plate.